The Baron home tonight. Red Baron Pizza microwave single.
From your 24-hour news and weather source, this is Arkansas's only Emmy Award-winning newscast. Channel 4 Eyewitness News.
The Pulaski County School District slashes millions from its budget. But will it be enough for the district to survive? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sonja Deaner.
I'm Doug Krile. Steve Barnes is off today. Last night's $3 million budget cut by the Pulaski County Special District School Board is sinking in today. The school year will end 5 days early on May 28th. Some jobs, teachers, and administrators will be cut. But just who will have to go hasn't been ironed out yet because of complex seniority rules. Assistant Superintendent Ed Hogan will be bumped to a lower salary and position.
Certainly it's a disappointment, having served as Assistant Superintendent for 14 years and done what I feel is a very effective job in working with our support services, and I think the record will reveal that we are very strong in support services. I also understand that due to financial crunches that things have to happen.
And school officials say it is not just the staff that will suffer.
And it touches the kids. If a teacher needs help and it's affecting the instructional delivery in the classroom and they're not getting that help as fast as they used to, then they're going to suffer some, and the kids will suffer from that.
And school officials say even with the cuts, the district will not be able to survive beyond next year if the May millage election is not successful.
Governor Bill Clinton did what most of us wanted to do today, get outside and enjoy the sunny weather, at least in some places. Clinton played golf this afternoon, just 9 holes. But a nice breather, he said, from the hectic pace of the campaign.
This is the first full day I've had off in about 6 weeks, so I'm enjoying it.
Clinton says he is also enjoying his success on the campaign trail. Tomorrow he flies to Connecticut to campaign in that state's primary, which will be next Tuesday. Earlier today, Clinton held 2 brief meetings with his staff. Tonight, he says, is reserved for family. And Governor Clinton and President Bush were, of course, big winners in yesterday's primaries. But despite their victories, none of their opponents are dropping out. Sandy Gilmore reports.
Bill Clinton's coalition of blacks and blue-collar whites has expanded, but exit polls also show many voters distrust him, and Democratic Party officials still think some as-yet unknown scandal could sink him. So Paul Tsongas plows on. He headed straight for next Tuesday's primary site, Connecticut, positioning himself as an alternative to Clinton should Clinton fall. Jerry Brown is also jostling for that understudy position, waiting for Clinton to stumble and hoping general displeasure with politicians will help him.
Hot air, bouncing checks, midnight pay raise. I mean, these people in Washington don't get it.
Charles Hayes got it. The 5-term Illinois Democrat went down in defeat Tuesday night after being named one of the worst check bouncers in the House.
An issue that, so far as I'm concerned, has been drawn way out of proportion.
Illinois Democratic Senator Alan Dixon also suffered a stunning Senate primary defeat after 12 years in office.
I had a wonderful public life.
A machine Democrat, Dixon suffered from anti-incumbent sentiment and from his vote for Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas. His opponent, Carol Mosley Braun, was pro-Anita Hill.
We said we wanted to give a healthy dose of democracy to Senate, and we're doing it.
If Illinois was a test case for later elections, incumbents are in for a lot of trouble. And if the Clinton coalition continues to build, that trouble could include President Bush. Sandy Gilmore, NBC News, Washington.
While we're updating the political front tonight, Pat Buchanan sounded a little less hopeful today following clear defeats yesterday in the Michigan and Illinois primaries. Buchanan arrived back in Washington this morning where he admitted he is unlikely to take the GOP nomination away from Bush, but he is still vowing to stay in the race. Buchanan today also said he'll not be running any more negative ads during this campaign. Here in Arkansas, Democrat Mike Gibson is thinking about running against Congressman Bill Alexander again. Gibson's a lawyer from Osceola. He won 46% of the vote in a 1990 primary run against Alexander. Gibson says he intends to do a little polling of his own before making any decisions, but he says he feels that die-hard Alexander supporters are rethinking that support after the disclosure that Alexander wrote 499 bad checks to the House Bank.
In other news, a Little Rock-based organization is stepping in to help families in Eastern Europe. This morning, Heifer International announced a $160,000 program directed at families in Poland and Romania. Heifer will donate livestock to needy farmers in the hope they will reproduce and improve the nutritional and financial conditions there. The organization's new Eastern European office will be run by a former director at the United Nations.
To see not only the business people there, but we need to see the people who are coming with the humanistic, fully humanistic approach without any interest behind it.
The Little Rock-based organization hopes the program can be expanded to help feed families in the former Soviet Union and other parts of Europe. This is the first time Heifer has delivered livestock to Eastern Europe since the post-World War II era.
Police in Atlanta, Georgia, is still trying to piece together the details of the shooting death of Evander Holyfield's older brother. Willie Holyfield was found shot to death in his home this morning. It is believed he was shot sometime last evening. His brother-in-law has been charged with the murder. And a federal judge in New York is upholding the sentence for tax evasion against self-styled hotel queen Leona Helmsley. Helmsley's attorneys had argued that she and her husband were too sick to serve time in prison. The prosecutors pointed out that Helmsley had traveled all across the country in the past year to appear on TV talk shows. They said if she was well enough to do that, she's well enough to do time. Ironically, the judge today ordered her to begin her 4-year prison term on tax day, April the 15th.
Well, is it possible? British tabloids today are reporting that Prince Andrew and wife Fergie may be splitting up. The report says official word from Buckingham Palace is expected within the next 48 hours. And if it's true, the Duchess would have custody of the couple's 2 young daughters. 32-year-old Andrew is 4th in line to the British throne. He and Sarah Ferguson were married at London's Westminster Abbey July 23, 1986. If the separation happens, it will be the second among the Queen's 4 children. Her daughter, Princess Anne, and her husband, Mark Phillips, separated in 1989.
Lives go under a microscope, don't they? Still ahead in this half hour here on Channel 4, some rough weather entering the state of Arkansas. Storm Track 4 working overtime today. Tom Bonner has the latest forecast.
In sports, the Hogs play their first game in the NCAA tourney tomorrow. Wendell Stacy with a preview. And should you be in danger of losing your job if you suddenly have to take time off to take care of a family member? We'll see what the law is in some states.
And think before you turn up the volume on that personal cassette or CD player. We'll tell you what it could be doing to your hearing when we come back.
Channel 4 Eyewitness News, sponsored by your Super Chevy Geo dealers, by Harvest Foods, and by Statco Hearing Laboratories.
Looking for quality and value in a new car? Look no further than your Super Chevy dealers and take a test drive in Arkansas's #1 selling domestic car, the Chevy Cavalier. Right now, the Cavalier is priced to sell. Plus, you can get a $900 cash bonus direct from Chevrolet. With great gas mileage and a bumper-to-bumper warranty, the Cavalier may be America's best new car value. For even more room, take a look at Chevy's Lumina and get $1,000 cash back on America's favorite family sedan. Cavalier and Lumina, 2 winners from your Super Chevy dealers.
Listen to the scissors cutting all around. Don't you love the sound of a price coming down? Listen to the scissors. Listen to the scissors. Don't you love the sound of a price coming down?
Assorted pork chops, 99 cents a pound. Strawberries, 79 cents a pint. Chicken of the sea tuna, 6 1/8 ounce can, 44 cents. The price means savings. The plus means even more at Kroger.
You know, there are a number of hearing aid manufacturers that build good hearing aids. But nobody will build you a hearing aid any better than Statco. Nobody will give you any better service than Statco. Nobody will save you any more money than Statco. Nobody. So call Statco Hearing Laboratory, because you're going to like what you hear.
Nice car, huh? Let me guess. I bet you think it's an import. It's the new Achieva from your Arkansas Olds dealers. Anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, automatic transmission, all standard. And right now, you can drive an Achieva for only $199 a month. Now there's an American-made car import buyers can fall in love with. The new Oldsmobile Achieva at your local Arkansas Olds dealer. The imports won't like it, but it's here.